Happening now at 9 on KENS 5, a story of survival. The Edgewood ISD police officer who was hit by a car while helping a stranded couple, speaking out about a recovery coming up. Public outrage advocates want the former CEO of Opportunity Home to get his job back. We'll explain what led up to the change and where the group goes from here. STAR test results are in, what the state is saying about how students did and what that may mean for your child. And good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Duran and welcome to KENS 5 Saturday morning. We start off with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office this morning. They need your help finding a man whose loved ones say traveled to San Antonio for job training. 39-year-old Brandon Forbes is around 5'9" and weighs about 240 pounds. The Sheriff's Office says he was last seen wearing a button-down shirt, boots, and a cowboy hat. Investigators say on June 5th, a family friend dropped him off at the George Bush International Airport in Houston. He was set to come to San Antonio for a training for the security alarm company he works for. Forbes' mother said she spoke to him on June 6th, and he told her he had made it to his hotel room in San Antonio safely. Forbes has a medical condition that requires medication, so if you know where he might be, call the Sheriff's Office. For the first time, an Edgewood school police officer is sharing more about the terrifying moments when she was hit by a car after she stopped to help a few stranded strangers. In January, the Edgewood ISD school officer, Tina Eggleston, was working off duty. She stopped at a gas station near the Frost Bank Center, and she says she was approached by some people who needed help, saying they ran out of gas. That's when police say she and one of the people who needed help were hit by a car. For several weeks, she was in a coma, and she told us that night she died 7 times.
7 times I was pronounced dead. My head was scrambled eggs, cottage cheese. I know I got a purpose, okay? And I'm going to fulfill that purpose. And when I do, God already told me He'd open the gate for me.
And her recovery is far from over, and Eggleston says her career in law enforcement is likely done. She has another surgery scheduled for next week. And as for the driver who caused the crash, police say there are no criminal charges pending, and that case is closed. And public housing advocates gathered outside City Hall Thursday demanding that the former CEO of Opportunity Home get his job back. The Opportunity Home Board of Commissioners recently voted to end Ed Hinojosa's contract. His supporters demanded the mayor step in to get board members to reinstate him. They argue board members used the recent 600-plus notices to vacate sent out in April as a way to oust Hinojosa. The notices sparked outrage because they were sent to families owing just $1 to thousands. Acting President and CEO Michael Reyes told KENS 5 all notices will be rescinded immediately to protect families.
Housing wait list for people who need public housing is over 110,000 people. That wasn't caused by Ed. That was years of neglect by our previous CEOs.
When you fire someone who is trying to do the right thing, it makes every other staff member really scared to do the right thing and to speak out, because if they step out of line, they're going to get fired.
And the mayor sent this statement saying in part, quote, "I support Opportunity Home Board's unanimous decision and renewed direction to develop more effective solutions to address the growing wait lists," end quote. And new information this morning about standardized testing across Texas. The state has released results from the 2024 STAR test. 3rd through 5th graders test in math and reading, while 5th and 8th grade are also tested in science. Reading results varied. Statewide, grades 3, 5, and 8 declined by 2%, but grades 4 and 6 went up by 3 to 4 points. The bad news is in math and science, there was a decline across all grade levels. And the state of Texas is going to appeal a judge's decision that allowed an Austin marijuana ordinance to stay in place. Earlier this week, a judge dismissed a lawsuit which allowed Austin to keep deprioritizing enforcement of low-level marijuana offenses. Our sister station in Austin got court documents showing the state plans to appeal the decision on Thursday. In court this week, attorneys for Texas argued that the ordinance goes against state law. After the judge dismissed the case, a city spokesperson said the ordinance reflects the will of Austin voters and allows people to have reasonable discretion when enforcing the law. And still to come here on KENS 5, technology advances and gene editing. Scientists say this could be revolutionary. We'll explain and connect the dots. And fans have been waiting for this for years. Rihanna hinting at some new music. Fans already doing work online to put together all the pieces. Coming up.
Happy weekend, everybody. We got championship level highlights for you this morning. Obviously,